Oh, I was just tell you
There it
that.
goes.
Okay,
Yeah.
I guess we're recording now.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
So, Scott, be quiet. So this is positive thinking for better living. I don't know how many of you out there have had tragedy happen to you in this last year, maybe even longer, but there's so much that's happened in the world today. And I'm hoping that you're all living a good life right now. We are here. We're past the snow. Hopefully it won't snow again. Um, but we need to think positively to keep our lives going. So, without further ado, positive thinking for a better living, positive self-talk. I don't know if any of you do that, but I do. I do it almost daily. Whether it be, gosh, what kind of paint am I going to put on that next piece of furniture that I'm going to do because I restore furniture? How am I going to part my hair today? Just little snippets of things throughout your day that you can talk to yourself about. So, how talking to yourself is a good thing. Take a minute and think about what you have to say to yourself today. Was it critical or was it kind of helpful? How did you feel after you engaged in this inner discussion? Your thoughts are the source of your emotions and mood. The conversations you have with yourself can be destructive or beneficial. They influence how you feel about yourself and how you respond to events in your life. They influence your positive attitude. So I'm going to tell you something that happened to me. That probably was a couple of weeks ago. So I'm driving, and you know how people are when they're driving. So I'm driving, I'm having a great morning, and all of a sudden this car whips right in front of me and doesn't turn on the signal, doesn't get far enough ahead of me. And I had some choice words. So I thought, is that going to ruin my day? And it almost did ruin my day because then I had another thing happen, and then another thing happened, and then another. It seemed like seven things rapidly happened in succession. And I kept thinking to myself, how am I going to feel the rest of the day? Well, I went and got a coffee. Um, I parked and I sat there, and I usually just sit there and I'll pray just a little bit. Lord, help me with this situation. Well, I pulled over, drank my coffee, and turned on some music. And then I went on my merry way. I got to my destination, and then something else happened. I got back in my car and I went home because I couldn't take it anymore. But I tried to stay positive through that whole thing, and I kept talking to myself about it. And I'm sure we've all have had that kind of situation occur. You can't say you haven't. So, what is self talk? Self talk is something you do naturally throughout your waking hours. People are becoming more aware that positive self talk is a powerful tool for increasing your self confidence and curbing negative emotions. People who can master positive self talk are thought to be more confident, motivated, and productive. How does it work? Although positive self talk comes naturally to some, most people need to learn how to cultivate positive thoughts and dispel the negative ones. With practice, it can become more natural to think good thoughts rather than bad ones. Self talk is your internal dialogue. It is influenced by your subconscious mind, and it reveals your thoughts, beliefs, questions, and ideas. Self-talk can be both negative and positive. It can be encouraging and it can be distressing. Much of your self-talk depends on your personality, and I have a really strange one. If you are an optimist, your self-talk may be more hopeful and positive. The positive is generally true if you the opposite is generally true if you tend to be a pessimist. And in my last lesson, the same lesson, I said, don't be a pessimist. At least try not to be. Positive thinking and optimism can be effective stress management tool. Indeed, having a more positive outlook on life can provide you with some health benefits. For example, one study in 2010 showed optimists have a, for example, one study showed optimists have a better quality of life. So start thinking positive because the negative drags you down and can be very depressing. If you believe your self-talk is too negative, or if you want to emphasize positive self-talk, you can learn to shift your inner dialogue. It can help you be a more positive person and may improve your health. Not only is it a good dialogue for you, um, it projects on other people. I know that when I'm around more positive thinking people, it changes my attitude. And then you go on and project it yourself. And so it's like a little train of positiveness through your day and your life. So, how to get started? Listen and learn. Spend a few days listening closely to your inner dialogues. Are you supportive of yourself? Are you critical or negative? Would you be comfortable saying those thoughts and words to a loved one, a friend? Are common threads or themes repeated? So during your day, write down important or frequent negative thoughts and see what comes of that. I haven't done it yet, so maybe I'll do that today. I should have done that when I was driving, or not driving, but when I got home. Think it through. Ask yourself the following questions about each of the thoughts you have listed. Am I overreacting? Is it really that big of a deal? Is it important in the long run? So, with that first one about thinking it through, what about an argument you may have had? What about if you always think you're right? Um, are you overreacting to that? Is it really a big deal to argue about something so trivial? I don't know what it could be. And is it important in the long run to keep arguing about it? So that's just an example. Another one, am I overgeneralizing? Am I coming to a conclusion based more on opinion or experience than facts? It's important to get your facts straight. Don't judge people. Am I mind reading? Am I assuming others have specific beliefs or feel a certain way? Am I guessing how they will react? Am I labeling myself harshly? Do you refer to yourself using words like stupid, hopeless, or fat? I think we all do that just in our daily talk sometimes. I think I was saying that the other day. Oh, yeah, I've gotten fat, so I had to go buy new clothes. And of course, your friends will say, no, you haven't, when you really know you have. But I mean, it's just that self-talk that's kind of negative. So try and dispel that. Try it. Is this an all or nothing thought? Am I viewing one incident as either good or bad without considering that the reality is rarely black or white? The answer is usually lies within the gray area between the two. How truthful and accurate is your thought on a matter? Step way back and consider the accuracy of the thought as a friend might. So really think about what you're thinking of maybe others or even yourself. Switch gears. Now that you have a better idea of how your inner thoughts are skewed, it is time to switch gears and learn a new approach to self-talk. Look back at your thoughts on your list. So like you could do that today, it could be a little project, and reword them in a kinder and more positive light. And just remember that. One of the things I was going to mention before I forget, those signs, and I see them here in Bonnie and Scott's house. There's this one, it says, it's just a little sign that you can hang in your house. Everything wonderful. I can't really read that. What does it say? Everything wonderful started with a dream. I mean, that's pretty positive. So they come out with these signs at these stores, and I know that they're positive affirmations. And a lot of people have those in their homes, or they have them on their phones, and it gives them help through the day. So that's one thing that you could do for yourself as a positive thing. And you can say it to yourself, so that's a positive self-talk. And there's more around here. So, but I'm not going to read them all. Um, so is self-talk good for you? Self-talk, yes, can enhance your performance and general well-being. For example, research shows self-talk can help athletes with performance. It may help them with endurance or to power through a set of weights. Furthermore, positive self-talk and a more optimistic outlook can have other health benefits, including increased vitality, greater life satisfaction, improved immune function. Do you have anything to say? Yes? No? Okay. Reduced pain, probably less headaches, better cardiovascular health, better physical well-being overall, reduced risk for death, less stress, and de-stress. It's not clear why optimists and individuals with more positive self-talk experience these benefits. However, research suggests people with positive self-talk may have mental skills that allow them to solve problems, think differently, and be more efficient at coping with hardships or challenges. This can reduce the harmful effects of stress and anxiety. And I know a lot of us, maybe not in this group, but a lot of people out in the world are on medication for stress and anxiety. I myself am. Um, and if that works for you, you should seek that out. I'm not saying it's for everyone, but honestly, this self-talk does really help your mind. It's just a whole different aura that comes over you. So, but you have to practice it. It just doesn't come overnight. So maybe buy a whole bunch of signs and splatter them all over your house. Oh, and another thing too, you can do little stickies and put them on a mirror. So when you brush your teeth, you can see one of those signs. I think Bonnie had some in your bathroom over here at one time.
Mhm.
The family would post positive
Yes.
thoughts. So that's one thing to do for yourself. Or maybe leave one for your family in their bathroom. That would be a crack up. Anyway, how does this work? Before you can learn to practice more self-talk, you must first identify your negative thinking. This type of thinking and self-talk generally falls into 4 categories. Personalizing is one of them. You blame yourself for everything. I have been there. Magnifying. You focus on the negative aspects of a situation, ignoring any and all the positives. I have been there. Catastrophizing. You expect the worst and you rarely let logic or reason persuade you otherwise. I have been there. This is really sad, but it's getting better. Polarizing. You see the world in black and white, or good and bad. There is nothing in between and no middle ground for processing and categorizing life events. I think I was kind of there. When you begin to recognize your types of negative thinking, you can work to turn them into the positive. This task requires practice, time, and does not develop overnight. As with anything, nothing develops overnight. The good news is that it can be done. A 2012 study shows even small children can learn to correct negative self-talk. And so what are some examples? So I'm going to give you some scenarios. and how you can turn the negative talk into positive. Uh, there is a handout for this, but you can go on the website and you can print them off for yourself. Is that correct?
Yes.
You could
Yeah,
print these
they're
out.
actually on the
Selected.
Oregon FCE website. Bonnie
Okay.
wrote this lesson and it's available on
Yes,
there.
it was written in 2022. But does it have a number of a lesson?
No.
No. Okay, so here's some examples of what a person would be saying, and then there's a negative, and then there's going to be a positive aspect to it of what you could switch it around to. So the first one is a negative thought that somebody would have said, "I'll disappoint everyone if I change my mind." So the first time I did this lesson, I thought of changing my mind and not doing it because I didn't want to speak in front of people. I like to listen and absorb. And here I am doing it for the second time. I can't believe it. So I was going to call and say, I just can't do it. I'm sick. But I thought, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to do this. I have to do it. It's going to better me in the long run. So the positive of that, to turn my thoughts around, I could have said this: I have the power to change my mind. Others will understand, but I followed through. So, and I knew that they would understand if I couldn't do it. As a matter of fact, I was sick earlier this week with a head cold, and I got myself better so I could be here to do this. And I have my tea with honey. So excuse me while I sip. So the other negative that somebody could be saying is, I failed and I embarrassed myself. I had those thoughts too. How embarrassing. My face is going to be beet red. People are staring at me, you know. But truly, this positive here says, I'm proud of myself for even trying. That took courage. And it does. It takes courage to flip that switch and do something that you really should step out on a limb and do. So another negative is, I'm overweight and out of shape. I might as well not bother with exercise or diet or anything like that. Well, you can flip that and say, I'm capable and strong, and I want to get healthier for me. It is about you. So another negative would be, I let everyone on my team down when I didn't score. So you can think of it this way. Yeah, maybe you didn't score, you know, but that's okay. At least you played the game. Sports is a team event. We win and we lose together. Either way, I think it's a winning situation because you got to play that game. Another negative, I've never done this before and it will be all bad. The positive is, this is a wonderful opportunity for me to learn from others and grow. I think that's very, very important. Another negative in someone's mind's eye, there's just no way this will work. The positive of that could be, I can and I will give it my all to make it work. That could go along with anything, with dealing with your work environment, athleticism, playing an instrument, gardening. It's your whole life. So positive self-talk takes practice, as we said before. And if it's not your natural instinct, it will take a lot of practice. If you are generally more pessimistic, don't be that way. You can learn to shift your inner dialogue to be more encouraging and uplifting. However, forming a new habit takes time and effort. Over time, your thoughts can shift. Positive self-talk can become your norm, and these tips can help. So, identify negative self-talk traps. Certain scenarios may increase your self-doubt and lead to more negative self-talk. That happens daily. in work events, for example, may be particularly hard. I've had that, just with working with somebody who just can't be quiet so I can get a word in and talk to them, or doing a procedure wrong, and you're trying to tell them to do that and they just ignore you. Um, Pinpointing when you experience the most negative self-talk can help you anticipate and prepare. Check in with your feelings. So if I'm trying to talk to that person who's doing something wrong, I really have to step back and think about how I'm going to talk to them and not be harsh. Um, Stop during events or bad days and evaluate your self-talk. Is it becoming negative? And how can you turn it around? And sometimes you have to turn it around in an instant, um, before you blow up. And believe me, I've blown up, and it's not a pretty picture. And you lose friends. Find the humor. Laughter can help relieve stress and tension. When you need a boost for positive self-talk, find ways to laugh, such as watching funny animal videos or a comedian. Not all comedians are funny. So I actually watch funny animal videos on YouTube or my phone, and it actually does make me smile. And I think maybe it sets your endorphins a little bit higher. I don't know, but it sure does make my brain feel good. Surround yourself with positive people. Remember, I told you about that train about, you project it, the next person projects it, and it goes on and on and on. So surround yourself with positiveness. Whether or not you notice it, you can absorb the outlook and emotions of people around you. This includes negative and positive. So choose positive people when you can. Doesn't always work that way. My daughter started a new job a couple months ago, and she went for the first day, and she was very positive about it. And she went into the break room, and everybody was saying the F bomb every other word, and she's not accustomed to that. This was her first time back in 20 years of working, actually 15 years of working, and she's very disappointed. So she went home, and she prayed about it. She went back the next day and she quit because she couldn't take it. She didn't know really how to deal with it. And she didn't want to be a tattletale on 7 different people when she's the newbie. So she did have another job lingering on the side, and it's worked out much better. So please try and choose positiveness when you can. Give yourself positive affirmations. Sometimes seeing positive words or inspiring images, like I was saying about the signs that they in the stores, can help you. Put one on your phone, make little stickies, you don't need to write on your hand. Put them in your home, anywhere you spend a significant amount of time. It's very helpful. You can only win. Banishing your inner critic and learning how to have productive, positive inner conversations has no downside. It's all good. Some people may find it easier than others to adopt positive self-talk. Others may have to give it more time and put more effort into it. Either way, it's worthwhile. A step toward bettering yourself and improving your sense of self-worth. So there's another handout. We're not going to get into this, and some power cards and discussions, and I have them here, but you'll see them on the website. You can just kind of go through it. But I was going to tell you a few things that you can do for yourself at home, in the car, walking. I don't know if any of you used to have a Walkman, or we have earbuds now, and people will walk with those and be entertained by that. And it makes them feel good while they're walking. It's just not silence for them. It could be a positive affirmation, a website that they're listening to. Also, anything is good. So a positive thinking and exercise and activities. So one thing you could do is like I just said, listen to your favorite music, expressing thankfulness and gratitude. And I'm thanking Scott and Bonnie today for letting me come here and use their owl that's looking at me. Hello. Um, so I could come here and do this. So, and remember to breathe. Don't be stuck like this, but breathe. It's all good. Don't live according to a label and engage in positive activities. Take back control of your life and your mind. Go easy on yourself. Pay attention to your diet, which I have to now. Won't get into that. Embrace change. Change can be good, especially if you're positive about it. It's not all bad. Experience what you need to experience. You don't have to experience everything, but actually experience what you want to. And open your mind and enjoy your life. Let go of the past. A lot of us are stuck in the past. I know from my experience, I've had a significant other at one time be stuck there in a rut, couldn't get out. It was a very hard situation. And they ended up committing suicide. So it's really unfortunate if you can't let go of the past. It's time to do that. Laugh as much as possible and give and receive. So the bottom line of this whole lesson is make positive thinking a habit in your life. Can indeed be one of the most rewarding experiences and discoveries that you could ever have. However, this is not the easiest thing to do, and we can all experience failures from time to time. It's just going to happen. It happens daily, weekly, monthly, hourly. Oh, I forgot that one. Regardless of how hard it may be, that it may seem, just by following these simple but yet powerful exercises and activities, like I had mentioned above, you will change your life and nothing will be the same like before, period. Therefore, don't just read and listen to this discussion and think that you've changed something, because you haven't. It doesn't happen overnight or over this 45-minute discussion. You must step into action and do what this suggests you do if you want to feel the real benefits in your life. So cheer up, put a big smile on your face, and know deep down that positivity will be your new lifestyle. I know you're all going to do well.
Sue.
One more thing. Wait.
Sue.
Yes.
Oh.
Where are you?
And I think forgiving yourself too.
Yes, you're right. Yeah. And that could have been in there. Maybe I didn't read it, but yes, forgiving yourself is really good. That's probably one of the most positive things. So this little sentence here I got from a TV show yesterday that I was watching. It was actually a home improvement show. And they said, you're going to want the change before you can actually change. So I think that's really true. You have to actually change to really want it in your life. So good luck to everybody. It's working for me. Last year was a real big turning point for me. I was in a bad way in my thoughts and in my ways. But every year I've gotten better. But boy, last year was really a turning point. And I feel a lot better. And I think you will too, thinking positively. So thank you for listening to this lesson. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank
I'm
you.
going to actually ask if anybody's got any comments or on there. I got to go. I'm going to take the spotlight off of So, anybody got any comments?
It's very nice.
Well, well,
By the way, this is available. The lesson is available on the Oregon FCE website. If you go look at, there's a page that says lessons from the past or something like that. And it's available and you can download it. I don't know, did you do a PowerPoint on it?
I don't think
I
I did.
don't know if Bonnie did a PowerPoint on it or not. You can check and see if there's a PowerPoint on it. If not, you can also, I can email that to anybody that wants to send me a request and I'll send you the lesson and handouts and so forth. Any other comments about the lesson?
This is Nancy, and it was very good, and I enjoyed listening to it. And yes, we all certainly have days that are very stressful. And I've had those now for several years now going on.
Oh, I'm so
But they're
sorry.
getting better, and we pray a lot. So thank you very much for the information.
Thank you.
Before anybody else leaves, I just want to give a really quick update on the ACWW area conference. The registration form alone is ready to go live. Well, it will be this afternoon. I just got some more information this morning. So Scott will be posting that on the National FCE website, and I'm sure on the Oregon FCE website. And then I have a newsletter for ACWW that's just about ready to go out, and they will also send that out to all of you, all the ACWW members and society presidents. And then there will also be, I do believe they're going to try and put it on the ACWW website as well. So keep an eye out for that.
Any questions on that one?
Bonnie,
Yes,
send it to me for CWC website.
I'll do that, Pam. Thank you. I just got a newsletter maybe within the last couple of days from South Carolina, and they said they've got several that are planning on coming. So I will have you take care of that for CWC. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And as soon as I get the final information from the hotel, he still has not sent me the booking code and a link, then the rest of the registration will be available for everybody to start booking rooms.
How much will the cost of the rooms be?
The rooms are 129 plus tax. And I think their tax rate, don't quote me on it, but it's over 12%. And that is for either a king or a double queen or a double.
Okay.
So you could bunk up, right?
Yes, you
Okay.
could bunk up.
Any other comments? I do want to mention that I am always looking for presenters. I tentatively have one for next month, but Rebecca, your daughter, has not answered me. I have no clue what's going on. So I'm looking for somebody. And so you just need to let me know. Just send me an email and I'll get you all set up, and I take care of everything except doing the presentation. I have a couple of presentations I could do myself, but I think you guys would rather listen to somebody besides me. I am recording these and they will be available if you want to view them again, or if you want to refer them to any of your friends. They are available on the Oregon FC website. They're actually recorded on YouTube, but the links are on the website. It's easier than trying to go search them out.
In the first 2 or 3 years.
And I really appreciate everybody being here. And thank you very, very much.
Take care.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye all.
Stay well.
Bye.
Stay well is right. Thank you.
Yes. You did great.
Bye.
Always.
Bye.
Zoom is a little bit.
See you next month.
I felt like I didn't raise my eyes enough, but